Welcome to Little Steps, Big Gains and the 30-Day Stability for Mobility Challenge. Welcome, it is day 6. Oh my goodness, you are doing fantastic. It is not easy showing up to exercise. For some people and most people, that's the hardest part, is making the decision to come, because it is a decision. And here you are, you made that decision. You put down your willpower, your determination, and you showed up. Be so proud of yourself today for being here. Static sitting balance exercise number 1 for today is bouncing. While I explain, go ahead and give me that chin tuck. Take that chin, tuck it back and down, and hold it there. So good for us. All right, first for today's exercise from that research study is bouncing. This is pretty simple. If you're on a ball, go ahead and bounce. I'll be telling you, feet together, feet apart. Close your eyes if you want to take it to the next level. Now for the chair, I'll be giving you different options. We'll be doing butt squeezes, we'll be doing press ups. A press up is when you lean forwards and then press as if you're gonna stand up. Or if you need to just press, that works too. We'll be doing mud prints. It's gonna be fantastic. All right, that was a 35-second chin tuck. So here we are. Let's just start with butt squeezes. If you're on a chair, if you're on the ball, just bounce. So squeeze those butt muscles for 3 seconds and then rest. We're gonna do this for 1 minute, okay? Squeeze and rest. And I'm gonna be quiet so you can just work on those butt squeezes. About 15 more seconds. We need those butt muscles to get up, to stand up straight for everything. Walking, stairs. Okay, perfect. Now if you're on the ball, put your feet together and bounce. If you're in the chair, we're gonna do those press ups. So either hands on the knees or the chair, lean forward and try to use your legs to press your butt up and down. We're gonna do this for 1 minute at your own pace. So press and down. Take some breaks in between. About 10 more seconds. Fantastic. If you're on the ball, go ahead, bring your feet apart real wide and bounce. All right, for us in a chair, we're gonna do mud prints. So take one leg and press it into the ground while you squeeze that group of butt muscles on that side, okay? So if you're pressing for your left foot, you press and you squeeze. All right, go ahead and give me mud prints, one side only. Press and squeeze those butt muscles. We're isolating one side. All right, if you're in the chair, switch sides. If you're on the ball, you can go ahead and bring your feet back close together. All right, press down and squeeze that group of butt muscles. All right, if you're on the ball, bring your feet apart real wide. Okay, if you're in the chair, alternate with those butt squeezes and mud prints. So press and squeeze only one side, and then press and squeeze the other. If you're having a hard time knowing if you're squeezing the butt muscles, just try your best, okay? Isolating one group of glutes on one side of the body and then the other. About 15 more seconds. If you're bouncing, your legs might be getting tired. Just hang in there with me. 10 more seconds. Fantastic job. That was our first sitting balance exercise. Sitting balance exercise number 2. We're gonna jump into some marching. Okay. So go ahead, while you're waiting for me on this, let's go ahead and do a robber while I explain. So arms are up like I surrender, and then take those thumbs back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Good for the posture. Keep your abdominals firing. All right, hold that while I explain. Okay, we'll start with just the legs, just marching, but make sure your abdominals are firing. It starts in the core and then contract those legs, okay? Don't let your core just slump. So to make sure we turn that on, we're also gonna go ahead and keep an elbow dig while we do this. If you're on the compliance surface, that's not easy. Focus on stabilizing your core as much as you can instead of rolling around. So when you lift one leg, try not to roll. Try to keep those abdominals firing and that pelvis stable. Okay, that was a 40-second robber. So jump into an elbow dig with me and then just start the legs. We'll start incorporating arms and then arms and legs. Just stabilize your core muscles and then the legs. This seems simple, but it can be a fantastic exercise. If we're stabilizing, if we're working on our posture, if we're doing this correctly, it can be a fantastic exercise. And if you're not on a ball, but you want to take it up to the next level, you can add mud prints, okay? Just like we did, you can press and squeeze the butt. Press and squeeze the butt if you want. But keep that posture, keep that core. This is actually a really good exercise. All right, let's jump into arms. So to do the arms, we add a little rotation today. So you're gonna bend an elbow and rotate. Come back to center, bend the other elbow and rotate. Now try to make your abdominals the prime movers. Try to get those to contract and move you. All right, so it's kind of hard, but you're trying your best to allow your abdominals to make the movement happen. Really, really good. If you're on that balance ball, try to keep that pelvis stable. Try not to, when you turn to rotate, let that pelvis dip. Not easy. All right, now we're gonna do one side only. So maybe your left leg and your right arm, you're gonna march and curl at the same time. March, curl that arm, okay? You're kind of doing a mini, I'm not gonna say the word twist, but rotation. What you wanna do here is keep that posture so your opposite elbow can be back into a dig. So you have posture firing, you have abdominals firing, and you have some leg strengthening. If you're doing this correctly, it can be a fantastic exercise. All right, let's switch, it's opposites. Remember, our core is a cylinder. We need to fire the abdominals in front, but also the back extensors. We want everything to be stable. So we're not doing crunching exercises. We're doing stabilizing exercises. Doing so good. Keep those abdominals firing, keep that posture. We're almost done with this before we end today with alternating marching. Okay, alternating. This actually can be kind of confusing at first. Abdominals are nice and tight. Posture is fantastic. So don't curl in. Keep that posture. This, I'm telling you, is a fantastic core coordination with intralimb opposites, contralateral movements, and a beautiful strength training exercise if done correctly. Almost there. Amazing. Though that was our 2 sitting balance exercises for today. Standing balance exercise number 1, feet together. Work on those hip strategies. While I explain this, go ahead, give me a chin tuck. So good for us. Chin is back and down, double chin action. Okay, feet together. We're putting our feet together. Now, this will challenge those hip strategies. If you want to learn more about what makes up our balance, check out those educational videos. It explains why these exercises are so good for us. Now, we're going to go ahead, and if you want to add challenges, I'll walk you through a bunch. It's going to include single arm raises, some head turns, some weight shifting, and if it's too easy for you, then you can go ahead and do all of these with your eyes closed. All right, that was a 32-second chin tuck. So let's start by just putting those feet together and just standing there. If it's difficult, hold on. If you want to take it to the next level, let go. The next level from that is eyes closed. And we're just holding this position. Next challenge is single limb arm raises. I'm gonna turn so you can see. We're just gonna go down, around, and up, around and down, and then at your own pace, just keep switching and alternating. That way for individuals holding on, they can still hold on. I'm gonna kind of twist a little or turn, but one at a time. Work on that posture. If this is easy for you, close your eyes. And then if you want to take it to the final level, you can add a head turn by when one limb goes up, turn the head that direction, and then forwards again. But honestly, if you're just doing your feet together, fantastic. Okay, we're gonna add some weight shifting. Weight on the toes, bring your weight onto the heels at your own pace. For this next minute, you can be holding on, you can be letting go, you can be turning, closing your eyes, you can hold it at the end range. In other words, hold it on the toes, hold it on the heels. My visual is always standing on mud. Let the heels sink into the mud, and then the toes sink in. All right, shifting the weight side to side. In other words, on one foot and then the other foot, like you're on a kind of a wobble board or on the mud, side to side at your own pace. Holding on, letting go, eyes open, eyes closed. Okay, for our very last minute with our feet together, we're gonna go forwards, backwards, and then side to side. So shift the weight forwards, shift the weight backwards, and then one foot side to side at your own pace. You're shifting your weight toes, heels, side to one foot, and then the other foot. And I'm gonna be quiet while you can focus at your own pace. Holding on, letting go, eyes open, eyes closed. Fantastic. That was our first static standing balance exercise for today. Standing balance exercise 2, we're going to go into trunk rotation. So go ahead for your posture exercise. We're going to go ahead and do that press. So you're going to take your hands into your thighs or onto the chair. Press it down. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Tighten those abdominals. Down and back, okay? A little bit of an abdominal, a little bit of a posture exercise, working those lower traps, or you can do it on your thigh, pressing, squeezing. All right, go ahead and hold that. Trunk rotation. I'm gonna walk you through a whole bunch. Feet are apart. We're gonna be doing windmills, rotating that trunk. We're gonna be looking over the shoulder. We'll be adding draw the sword. We'll be doing cross body. I'll walk you through all of the exercises that involve trunk rotation, which is really important for our pelvis because when we walk, we rotate. We need that rotation, that flexibility of the hips and the pelvis. Okay, that was a 30-second press. Okay, so feet are apart. And go ahead with me, maybe you're holding on, letting go, starting with those windmills. So one arm goes up, around, and down, okay? And then make sure, if you're switching, go ahead and switch hands, okay? But make sure that you rotate the trunk. This is a trunk rotation exercise. Open up that posture, rotate around, and then switch. If this is easy for you, I'm gonna tell you, close your eyes. It should feel like a beautiful stretch. So opening up that posture, rotating. We're usually stiffer on one side. Pretty normal. Focus on that opposite side. Okay, now we're just gonna look over the shoulder. All right, so is not someone back there or not? Look over that shoulder behind you. Come back forwards and look over the other side. You'll feel the opposite shoulder kind of curl in a little. That's okay. Just look over that shoulder. All right, cross body reaching. One hand reaches across the body. Curl that hand in, bring it back in. You know, these are kind of our Tai Chi movements. Reaching across, make sure you rotate, okay? Bring it back in. At your own pace. Maybe round that shoulder blade, come back and squeeze that shoulder blade. So rotate, and then some posture. Try to go slow. If you go fast, does not challenge the balance as much. If you go slow, it challenges the balance more because it challenges the proprioceptive system. Now we're going to go into draw the sword with some rotation. Take that hand into the pocket, open up, reach back behind the body, and then switch hands. Draw that sword up and back, opening up the chest. Up and back. Draw the sword is one of my favorites because it's so good for our posture. That translates into our walking, into our balance. It's all connected. And then we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do the crossbody and the look over the shoulder combined. Okay, so take one arm, cross over the body, and then look over that shoulder. Bring it back in. Cross the body, look over that shoulder. Bring it back in. Keep rotating at your own pace. The exercise in the research studies, the trunk rotation, just adding a whole bunch of components to that incorporate posture and balance. Fantastic job. That was our second standing balance exercise for today. Dynamic standing balance exercise number 1, our floor touches. We'll mix it up though. While I explain, go ahead and do a chin tuck with me for me. Tuck that chin back. Give yourself a double chin. So good for our neck alignment. Very good exercise, which is why we do it. Okay, so we'll start with bad posture, good posture. So in other words, bad posture, good posture. Hold it for about 3 seconds. You can do this holding on. You can do it letting go. You can go ahead and round your shoulders. You can do a mini squat. However, if you want to make it harder, you can also close your eyes. At your own kind of modified. We'll transition into floor touches, which is the actual exercise from the research study. And you can modify it by doing a half squat or the whole squat. And then I'll add posture, motion. I will guide you through a bunch of varieties. Okay, that was a 40-second chin tuck. So let's start with that bad posture, good posture. You can be holding on, round your shoulder blades, and then give me some beautiful posture for about 3 seconds. At your own pace, bad posture, good posture. Okay, now we're gonna mix it up, floor touches or squats, it's up to you, into a Y. So go down as far as you feel comfortable and then go into a beautiful Y for posture, opening everything up. If it's difficult, don't go as far down, hold on. If it's a little bit easier, close your eyes. So good for us. All right, back to bad posture, good posture. If you want to add an extra challenge, now you can add a vertical head turn. So in other words, look up. Go ahead and curl in and look up. All right, now we're gonna go back to the floor touches or squats into a good morning stretch. So that's when we go up, around, and down. And if you're holding on, do one arm at a time. Up, around, and down. The research study just says floor touches. We add our own interpretation, our own inspiration. We take the concepts of that research study for balance and walking, and we add some extra supplemental components. And so while some of the moves over time, you're like, man, this is kind of boring. Remember, it's only 6 exercises, and remember the research. That is going to help with that balance, with that walking. Almost there. Feels so good though. Oh, fantastic. Amazing job. Oh, that was our first dynamic balance exercise. Dynamic balance exercise number 2, our last one of today. My favorite is our rock and reach. While I explain or review, go ahead, take those hands. We're gonna do another press. Press them into your thighs, abdominals posture, or your chair, countertop, wherever you are, that's preferred. Press down, abdominals posture. Okay, one foot is forwards, one foot is back. You can be holding on in front or on the side. The side would be preferable if you're holding on. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna reach forwards. Remember, our feet are staggered, and lift the back heel. So reach and lift that back heel. Come back in a bow and lift the front toe. Nice stretch, right? Back heel, front toe. If you wanna make it easier, hold on. If you wanna make it more difficult, let go, close your eyes, or hold it at the end range. So in other words, when you get to the end, hold it there for about 3 seconds, come back and hold it there. Find the challenge for you. All right, 45 seconds, let's go. Your own pace. One foot is in front, one foot is in back. So reach and lift the back heel. Come back down, lift the front toe. Back heel, front toe. Okay, you can stick with that, or you can add a step with me. Okay, so now that back foot is going to actually step. Lift the back heel. Step back. Lift the front toe. Step. Lift the back heel. Come back. Lift the front toe. Holding on, letting go. Holding at end range. Eyes open, eyes closed. Okay, we're gonna switch sides now. Okay, so it's just the rock and reach part, no stepping. One foot is planted. Okay, reach, lift the back heel, come back, lift the front toe. It's a bow. This is from an LSVT move, which stands for Lee Silverman Voice Treatment, but big for Parkinson's, but it's good for all of us. Being certified in it, I've seen a lot of improvements with people. So reach and lift the back heel, come back, bow and lift the front toe. Now we're going to add an optional step. So take that back leg, now step it, lift the back heel, come back, step and lift the front toe. With or without holding on, eyes open, eyes closed, holding it at the end range. You find the challenge for you. Amazing job today. That was our second or last exercise for today. Congratulations, you did it. You took that determination, that willpower, that decision to show up, and then you decided again to finish. And here you are, day 6, you finished. Be so proud of yourself. Take that decision, take that determination, and come back. You can do this with me. We're following the research. We can make it together. So come back, little steps together. We can make some big gains.